A lot of people associate the word mutation with negative things, like fatal diseases or debilitating symptoms, and although obviously it's true that the causes of diseases like cancer, Huntington's, sickle cell anemia, and so on are a result of a genetic mutation, it's also true that mutations can be completely harmless or even beneficial. Obviously, if it weren't for beneficial mutations, then evolution and natural selection as we know it couldn't have occurred, since heritable mutations are what cause variation and genetic diversity, which are the mechanisms for how we evolved. Mutations can be a result of unrepaired damage to DNA or RNA, or even errors in replication, and there are several different types of mutations. Point mutations occur when there is a change to one base of a DNA code through either a substitution, where one base is substituted for another, the insertion of a new base, the deletion of a base, and also the inversion of a section of bases. Some of these mutations can have no effect on an individual. For instance, a base substitution that doesn't change the amino acid sequence of the polypeptide won't affect you, since certain codon arrangements code for the same amino acid. These are called silent mutations. Other types of mutations are called blocked mutations. These are changes to whole segments of a chromosome and can change the DNA quite significantly. For example, one section of the chromosome can be duplicated, a segment of a chromosome can be removed and inverted, a whole section of the chromosome can be deleted, a part of one chromosome can be removed and added to another chromosome, or two segments of different chromosomes can be exchanged. A large portion of our genome is actually non-coding, meaning it doesn't produce a protein product, and so a mutation in this region generally wouldn't have an effect on gene expression or on the function of the transcribed protein. These are known as neutral mutations. There are also mutations that can occur that benefit you, such as by causing resistance to a disease. For example, the CCR5 delta 32 mutation in humans, which is a result of a deletion in the CCR5 gene and confers resistance to certain strains of HIV. There are even mutations that can be both good and bad depending on who they occur in. For example, the mutation that causes sickle cell anemia causes red blood cells to have a sickle-like appearance. This is usually fatal since it can block capillaries and cut off circulation, but in a population of individuals living in a region surrounded by malaria, having one copy of the mutated gene is beneficial since the sickle-shaped blood cells actually protect the individual from contracting malaria. So obviously, even though the mutations that are most talked about are the nasty ones, it doesn't mean they're the only ones or even the most common ones. Mutations can be bad, but they can also be completely harmless or even beneficial, and ultimately, without them, we wouldn't even be here today.